Hello, everyone. This is Tina from Tina's Workshop, and this is my weekly podcast. We are on episode 11, and I only have a few things for you today. Finished objects. Let's see. If you watched my last video, you will have seen Henrietta. If you have not watched it, go watch it. It's really good. Henrietta is my emotional support chicken. Is she not the cutest thing ever? She's so stinking cute. I used for her body, she is hand spun by me. It was from one of the Paradise Fibers boxes, and I actually had spun the brown and I spun the yellow, and then when I plied it, I plied some of it together. So some I did on its own, and then some I plied together. So her main part of her body is those two colors plied together. And then her accents are just plied by themselves. And I think it was a merino. Let's see if I can find that one. Let's see if I can find the one from that month. It was not that one. This one. No. Not that one either. Oh, I remember what I did. Haha. Okay, I mixed two different months. I remember now. So this one, the brown was from this one that was Age of Bronze. And it was 20% merino, 20% tussa silk, and no, 60% merino, 20% tussa silk, and 20% mohair. So that's what the brown was. And then the gold was from this one. And that one was merino. So I remember now I had mixed the two different months together because I really liked the way those colors went together. So that is Henrietta. I hope you like Henrietta. I really like Henrietta, and I think I might have to make some more. I stuffed her with wool because you can tell how open the holes are. So I stuffed her with a brown wool so that she would not, her tummy wouldn't show through. And then I also put some lavender inside of her so she smells good, and it helps keep moths away from her wool because we don't want moths eating her. So really like her. I really want to do another one. The Knitting Tree LA on Ravelry is the emotional sport chicken pattern, and I will link that below. She also has on her website, you can buy a kit, and it all comes like in a little bag with nutritional facts and stuff. It's really cute with all different fun names. Dolly Part Hen. So anyway, that's my emotional sport chicken, and she's about the same size as a regular chicken. She was bigger than I had expected her to be. I finally finished a sock. So my car socks that are in my wonderful little bag from Weird Sisters. And the yarn, this is the self-striping yarn. And I always forget to pull the tag out first. So bamboo pop sock yarn. Come on, focus. Focus, there we go. Bamboo, cotton, and PBT in the colorway where's the colorway? Egg Tempera. Colorway is Egg Tempera. And I'm doing plain vanilla socks by Crazy Sock Lady, and using doing magic loop on Chow Goose, and I finally finished the first sock, and I had more trouble with it. Can't help myself but to have trouble. So it's still drying, and my sock blocker is not big enough. I need to buy different sock blockers. It's a way too small of a sock blocker, and I have big feet. Loud car. I have big feet. My husband has big feet. My kids have big feet. So I need to get big sock blocker. So at the moment, I have it on the board, but there is my finished sock. And this is where I'm at, right there. That's where I marked last time, because if you remember, I was actually like down here and I had found a mistake and had to pull out. And I tried to actually fix the mistake, bring it up so that the holes weren't there. And the more I tried to fix it, I didn't like it even more. So I finally said, you know what, I'm just pulling it out. And I threaded my needle in and pulled to there. That was so much work. I had so much work just trying to get the stuff pulled out before I could even start again. And then when I did start again, I ended up with my stitches looser. I don't know if you can tell right here, it kind of comes out. My stitches were looser right there. It was really aggravating. So then I worked and worked and worked, and I wasn't paying attention, and I was measuring, and I was measuring 2 inches longer than what I needed. I needed to stop 2 inches before here, and I was measuring to that whole thing. So I was like way down here when I realized that. So again, I had to pull out again and come way back. So that time I just laid it down on the table, I pulled it out, and then I picked up my stitches. And that actually was a lot easier and a lot quicker. So now, if that wasn't enough, I get all the way down here and I'm doing my decreases. Well, you get to 16 stitches on each needle, and then you just do decrease rounds without the knit rounds. Again, I wasn't paying attention, and I went all the way down, and I had been doing the other, so I had a super long toe. So I had to go and pull back to the 16 and then do that properly. So I have I've frogged on this sock so many times. I should have been able to make 2 socks in the amount of time it has taken me to do this one sock. So now I still need to cast on the second sock. Very aggravating. And looking at the sock here looks so big. I'm looking at it, it's like so big. I'm like, yeah, it might end up being my husband's sock because it's just really big. But we'll see. It might fit perfect. I don't really know. I meant to try it on before I got it all wet, and I forgot to. I was just too eager to try and block it, see if maybe I'd have it done in time when I showed you guys. But anyway, have another finished sock. Another finished sock. Now I need to do this. This time I'm doing the second sock. And I want to get those done because I want to cast on my handbook for recently deceased, my Beetlejuice colorway. I want to cast that one on during Crazy Sock Ladies summer sock camp. And it's got kind of an 80s theme this year. And I'm like, Beetlejuice, 80s, that will be perfect. Got my 80s going here today with my Goonies. So that is now done. And now I need to start the second one. And hopefully, everybody think good thoughts for me. Hopefully this second sock I don't have so much issue with. I did, oh, I didn't tell you. I did 2x2 rib, 20 rows for the cuff, 60 rows for the leg. Slip stitch heel, and then like I said, I have big feet, so I'm going for a 10-inch foot size. So I had needed to stop at 8 inches, and I had gone to 10. But that's where that's at. So okay, next, work in progress. I am working on the Sirdar Crochet Along, and I am determined not to buy any yarn for it. I am using all from my stash. I have way too much yarn that I have sitting around that needs a place to go. So I should show you guys this one. My very first one I did with them. Hold on. This was the very first crochet along I did with them. And I was using colors from my stash, but I was trying to stay in the same color scheme that they had. And I absolutely love this blanket. Not colors I would generally pick, but I love this blanket. It is the, I want to say it was this Sweet Blossom. I had changed up the border and did this tulip border that I thought was super cute. I've done this blanket multiple times. There's actually, see if I can turn you far enough. Right there, that one with the truck. I did that one all in red and black to match my bedroom. This one's a different blanket I've done, but that one I did to match my bedroom, and it's the same pattern. And I did the border on that one in the pattern border, but I had the truck, did different colors. So this one is in their colors, and then I had done the flowers because it was blossom. So it was a really fun one because it's like a sampler blanket, and you have all these different stitches you were learning along the way, and it was beginner friendly, but it was still challenging enough for someone who was more advanced, you know, to do it, but also enough variety that you didn't get stifled in it. So I really, really like this blanket. I use it all the time. It's been washed a ton. I just throw it in the wash just like normal because it's just the acrylic yarns. So this one has similar colors in it, but I did on this one, I had a couple times, like if you look, you might be able to see right here in this white. It's hard to tell. Oh, go the right way. But this row right here, I changed yarns. So they're both still white. You can kind of see it there where the color changes. It was white yarn, different brands, different dye lot. And you can see the change if you really look. But there was a couple times I had some other colors that I actually went, and I think it was this dusty pink, which I really like, that I had gone and gotten some more so that I had the same colors. But on this one, I'm trying really hard not to do that. So I'm just kind of grabbing. I started off trying to do similar colors. So you saw last week this minus the center flower. So it's got the center flower on it now. And I was trying to do similar colors to what the pattern is actually in. And then I got to this last week's section, and they had it more in a rainbow line. So they had lighter, more pastel type colors with this orange, and then they had the two yellows, and they had two greens, and I think a blue, and then so then this blue and the pink. So I just kind of grabbed same color wheel colors, but just grabbed stuff I had. And I've been going back and forth between the two pieces because I want to make sure that I am keeping that as consistent as I can. So I've ended up with this orange, two yellows, green, purple, and then I've got two more color changes to do. So the next one will be the blue, which this blue I've already changed yarns once on this one. So I don't know if you can tell, but you can see this is a little bit lighter than this because it's two different yarns. So I have this lighter one, so I will use that blue and then the pink, and then these two pieces will get attached. I don't remember which sides, but they will get attached. I think this one will go here, and then I think this one will go across down here. And I don't know if you can actually see that, but let's see if I can grab a hold of it. So, and then then you do the next two sides. So this week's worth is almost done. It was these two pieces and the daisy. So I will probably have that part done tonight and start on the next part. And just keep going. And when I run out of one color, I'll just find another color. I'm just kind of grabbing for it now. So, work in progress. Scarf. I haven't gotten anywhere. I'm still at the same spot. Don't tell my son he's in the other room. I need to work on it. But I was working on my emotional support chicken and I got so into it. And then I was getting so close to finishing the sock. I wanted to get the sock done. So I was bringing it in from the car so that I could work on it and get it done. And I have not picked up. Plus, I've been helping him. He's making this really cool coat from scratch. And I've been helping him with that. So there's been a lot of times that when I'm not busy doing something, I'm over there helping him. And I need to work on my Wonderland yarn squares so I can get that video up for you on Wednesday. I need to get those done, but I haven't started them yet. I caked up the yarn last night and I had planned to sit down, finish the toe on the sock, and work on the squares. And then realized I had to pull a bunch out. So I did that. And then still thought, okay, I might get that done, work on the squares. Then I messed up on the toe and had to pull it out. Yeah, I never got to the squares last night. Got that done, went, sat in bed, worked on the blanket a little bit. That was it. And I've been gone all day today. I just got home. It is after 3 in the afternoon on Friday. So hopefully I might get the chance to work on the Wonderland yarns tonight. But I'm not sure. So I'm going to be making a trip to Joann's here as soon as I'm done recording this. And then I still need to edit it so I can have it ready to go up for you guys tomorrow. So we'll see. I do have a few things that I'm planning to start before long. I have some fuzzy red yarn that I need to make a hat for somebody with. And I have let's see, where's my to-do list? That's my to-do list. I have a ton of things on my to-do list. And, oh, hey, I can mark one off. I did my emotional support chicken. That one can get marked off. Yep. Yeah, I just marked one thing off of there. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus one more up here, and that one actually consists of about 10 items in that one listing. So yeah, that's over 20 things that I need to do and work on, plus some other things that I have in mind for videos for you guys. Some of which are going to be new patterns. And I'm really trying to work hard on getting some of the patterns that I have written up fine-tuned, getting other patterns written up that I have jotted down here and there, and getting to that point where I can have them available on Ravelry. So I'm hoping to get that done before long. But that's a whole nother thing that I need to be able to just sit down and have the time to work on. So we shall see. when I actually get that done. And then, of course, I'm sitting here thinking about, what can I enter in the fair? Because our fair is coming up, before long. The entries are open, so I need to figure that out so I can get all my entries done. Of course, I mean, Henrietta has to go in the fair. I mean, she is a farm animal, so she has to be in the county fair, right? So I'm thinking she will go in, and I might put, I think I might put Autumn in, and I might put the little Toad in. And I don't know if I want to put any of these other, some of the little things I've done. I really like them, but I don't know if I'll actually enter them or not. And I want to get some more wool spun up because I'd like to enter some skeins. And I have this. Oh, this is one I actually want to do. I want to get this one spun up, and it's been sitting here for a while. I was thinking about it today. Maybe I'll get this spun up this week. This is that fiber I got when I went to do the mill tour, the fiber mill tour. And it is a new breed that's been developed, and it's really soft. It is Tomke wool, 100% Tomke wool from Northern California. Come on, focus. Focus. Right there, focus. Really? There we go. So 100% Tomke wool from Northern California. And it's this beautiful color. It's super soft. And I think maybe I'm going to spin that this week. I might even have to sit down. Oh, I need to do the Wonderland yarn squares, but I don't know. I might sit down and work on that tonight too. I don't know. If you've never smelled fresh wool, it's got a great smell. I saw one of our local yarn stores has a pin that they have glued to their countertop. And I really want the pin, and I've looked it up. I finally found it online, and it was really expensive to get, and it was overseas, and you had to pay all these different things to be able to get it. So I am not ordering it anytime soon. And their last one had gone on their counter when they had them. Let me see, I have a picture, but I totally understand. Right, where are you at? Come on. It has a nose sitting over a skein of yarn going and sniffing it. And once you have smelled yarn or the wool, you understand it. Let's see, I might have put it there. No. Okay, I couldn't find the picture. Anyway, it's this cute little drawing with the nose and the skein of yarn right underneath it, and just it says sniff, I think. And until you have actually smelled that smell, you don't understand what that means. But if you have smelled it, then you know what it means. It's like I keep doing that and smelling her. Plus, she has lavender, so she really smells good. But there's that, and it's not like a dirty, sheepy smell or something. It's a very pleasant smell, but it comes from that natural, like lanolin and stuff that is in their fleece. And even after you've made the yarn out of it, you still can smell that in it. So that's why I keep smelling it. It smells good. Okay, so I think this might get spun this week. I just really want to spin it. I need my spin and fix. Um, so I need to get the Wonderland yarns done because I need to do that video for you guys this week. But then I have a couple other things. I have some yarns that have been new on the market that I've been wanting to kind of try out and get a feel for. And I have a couple different designs, patterns I want to do with them. So they may be something I end up writing patterns up on. Not positive yet. But so those are in the works, need to get done along with everything else on my list. Bought a couple new books this week. My husband looked at me, why do you keep buying books? Can't you get it on like a little tablet or something? Like, yeah, you can, but I like the book. I'm like, I like to have the book in my hand and do that. And so it was funny. He was teasing the heck out of me last night about it. And I was like, I like my books, leave me alone. So I just got this one. It's called Crafted. And it is by Sally Coulthard. Coulthard, yeah. A compendium of crafts, new, old, and forgotten. And I like stuff like this. I just think it's neat to see not only the things that people are doing nowadays, but things that people used to do in that bygone era. I have another one that's really old crafts from New England, I think. But I mean, this has like the this has your knitting and crocheting and needle felting, wet felting, nail binding. There was this one that was in here, and I had to go look this up after I saw it in this book, Crochet Dermy. And this person, her name is Shauna Richardson, and she crochets taxidermy style sculptures. So it looks like a taxidermied animal, but it's all done in crochet. And I looked her up, and I'm thinking it was going to be something more like this picture where it was kind of goofy or whatever. It's beautiful. She does these really beautiful pieces that are, you know, look like that animal. I mean, it's kind of amazing. Well, not kind of amazing. It is amazing. Anyway, this also has metalworking and paper stuff and spinning and weaving and dyeing and making knives and swords and pottery. And so it's got all kinds of information, blacksmithing. So that's a fun book I'm going to read. And then I went to the Legacy today, our secondhand craft store that we have, which has recently expanded and has even more. And I bought a number of things while I was out there, but I did get a book. A friend of Fiber Friend went with me, and she has this book. And she says, that's like a $40 book. I paid 75 cents for it. But she told me I needed this book. It's called The Art of Knitting, Inspirational Stitches, Textures, and Surfaces. And it's more on like the artsy side of things. They show you a picture like this of the ocean, and then all these different techniques that have been done to try and mimic that image. And I guess it talks about how to do some of these different things. There's stuff here about the way some of them have been stitched and done so that you can actually take and create, you know, art pieces, whether you're recreating that type of look into a blanket you're doing or for a wall hanging or something like that. And so some of them had like stitching in it that was really a loose weave you wouldn't use on maybe something you were wearing. But like here, look, it's just a picture of like some dirty ground, but look at the stitching. So anyway, this is something else for me to sit and look at and I guess get ideas from. So Thames and Hudson is the author. on that. There's stuff inside of it. What is in here? Oh, some other patterns stuck inside of it. Oh, I forgot about this. So some friends of ours, older couple we know, really, really nice people, and his grandmother was a crocheter. And so he was showing me some of the stuff that she crocheted the other day. And he sent me home with a piece that she had done. She had a number of them like this. She did this checkerboard, and you can see how old it is, where it's kind of coming apart there. But it's really neat to sit and look at and figure out what she did. She used that crochet cotton that's really thin. She carried her yarn. You can see the colors showing through on the white. And then when you really look, you'll see the white in the other colors. But she did this corner section here in the colors. Then she did this section with the open and another corner section. So this to me looks like it might have been a placemat, but it also could have been like over the arm of a chair, maybe. I don't know. So I'm not sure which way she did it, but there was one piece that was a little bit longer. So the little bit longer piece could have been a runner, but it also could have been maybe for the back of like a sofa or something. So not really sure, but they were really pretty. She did some different stitching in here. And I've been looking, and I think she did double crochets here. I think these are double crochets and carrying that yarn, and then up here double crochets, but then doing like your flake crochet style here with your chains to leave the gaps, and then the border, little like shell border on it. But so that was really kind of neat. Now, oops, he gave me this one, and I like I think it's just so neat seeing what people used to do compared to some of the things we do today and some stuff that we still do. And it's survived, and it's going to keep surviving. So I will find a place for it. It might even go somewhere in my display wall. We'll see. But so I got that this week. And it's not totally a craft, but there was one other thing I got this week. My son gave it to me. Master has given Dobby a sock. So it actually has movable parts and everything. There's 403 pieces in this. So it will be a little bit of a craft project putting it together, I think, but that was really cute. He came home, Mom, I got you this. He's 22 years old, but yeah, he and I both have a love for Harry Potter, especially Dobby. I mean, got my Dobby bag here, so that'll be something else to do when I'm not busy doing everything else. So I guess that's about all I have to share with you. Like I said, I didn't have a lot this week, but I have a lot I need to do. So we'll see what I get done this next week. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Make sure and like and subscribe and do all them YouTube things. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye.